Hello students, good morning and welcome to another video lecture of physics. Now in this video lecture, basically we are going to solve few examples, whether solved or unsolved example based on the concept which we have discussed, right? That is basically related to work energy theorem, kinetic energy and all that. So let us start solving example based on this concept. Apart from that, I want that you should have one calculator with you because we are going to discuss how to find log in calculator. Look, of course you can find log by using log table, but when you will be there physically, at that time only we will discuss how to find log. In fact, if you remember, still we have to discuss how to find angle, right? That if sine theta is something like 0.6338 or whatever it may be, then in that case what will be the value of that angle? Or suppose what is the value of sine 49 degree or cos 49 degree? So that is still left. So when you will be available physically, right, at that time we will discuss about all this concept. But in this video lecture, we'll see how to find log by using calculator. So I want that you should have a calculator with you. So let us start with a solved example from our textbook. I think example 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 4 and 5. Till 6.5 we have completed everything. So let us start with example 6.6. The example which we are going to do first is example 6.6. Example 6.6. A block of mass 1 kg. Mass of the block is given as 1 kg, moving on a horizontal surface with the speed of, its speed is given as 2 meter per second. A block of mass 1 kg moving on a horizontal surface with the speed of 2 meter per second enters a rough patch ranging from x equal to 0.10 meter, x1 is 0.10 meter, to x2 is, let us say, 0.20 meter, 0.201, sorry, 2.01. Actually x2 is given as 2.01 meter. The retarding force F on the block in this range is inversely proportional to x over this range. The retarding force acting on the block is inversely proportional to distance. If it will travel more distance, more will be the retarding force acting on, sorry, inversely proportional to the distance. And it is given as Fr, that is the retarding force, is given as minus k by x, where k is given as 0.5 joule. So you can say that F of R will be equal to minus 0.5 by x. F of R is minus 0.5 by x, and this force is acting only for the distance between 0.1 to 2.01. That is, the force is acting only between these two ranges. It is something like this. Look, if this is the surface, let us say this position is 0.1 meter. From here, it is a rough surface till here. And let us say this is 2.01 meter. And then again the surface is smooth. So before 0.1 meter, the surface is smooth, no such force will act. After 2.01 meter, again the surface is smooth, so no such force will act. So the force will act only for this distance between these 2 points, right? Let us say for point P and Q. Right, the force will act only between points P and Q. What is the final kinetic energy when the speed of the block as it crosses the patch? So let us say at point P, its velocity is v naught. So let us write this as v naught, and position is x naught. If you want to write this is x naught or x, you can write. Right, here we want to find v, final speed, and final kinetic energy also we have to find. Right. Okay, so basically how we'll find speed? Actually you should know what is final kinetic energy. Then by using formula half mv square you can find final speed also. So how to find kinetic energy? So you can see that according to work energy theorem, according to work energy theorem, change in kinetic energy is equal to work done. This is for kinetic energy, remember, and this case different, right? This case different and this case different, right? So change in kinetic energy equal to work done. And basically what is work done? Integration F dx. Work done for variable force is F dx. This is the variable force because F, as x will change, F will also change. So this is the variable force. So W equal to integration F dx for variable force, which we have discussed in our last video lecture. So this is equal to integration. What is F? Minus 0.5 by x dx. And this force is acting from 0.1 meter to 2.01 meter. Here many things you have to know, right? So let us discuss something over here. If you are integrating 1 by x dx, this is new formula for all of you and you have to remember this, even for next student, right? This is the new formula. 1 by x dx is equal to integration 1 by x dx is known as ln x in physics, where ln x is nothing but log x only. But this log base e, natural log, it is known as natural log, right? Log base e. Of course we do have another log. If in physics we are writing log x, log x, then this is nothing but log 10 base, log x base 10. Log x is log x base 10 and ln x is log x base e. This is natural log and this is decimal log base 10. You will get table for log base 10 only and not for this. So there is one more relation how we will convert log x base e into log x base 10. So another formula which you should remember is ln x is equal to 2.303 log x. Or if you want you can write log x base e will be equal to 2.303 log x base 10, right? So if you want to convert natural log into log base 10, you have to multiply by 2.303. For all of you this is the new thing, right? These two formulas are new and you have to remember this, that integration of 1 by x is ln x, which is not natural log x. So here we have natural log because integration of dx by x is there. One more important thing which you might be knowing, log a minus log b. Or let us write first log a plus log b. Log a plus b is log a plus log b is log a by a into b. Log a plus log b is log a into b. Log a minus log b will be equal to log of a by b. Look, these are the formulas and you have to remember only, right? These are the standard formula which you have to remember. There is no such derivation for this time in mathematics. Students who have taken maths may come across this, right? But otherwise you have to remember this. Log a plus log b is log of ab. Log a minus log b is log of a by b. Okay. So here this is nothing but if you take minus 0.5 common, you get integration 0.1 to 2.01 dx by x or 1 by x dx, which is this, right? 1 by x dx. If you want to write in that form, you can write like this, 1 by x dx. So this is equal to minus 0.5. 1 by x is ln x from 0.1 to 2.01. So this will be equal to minus 0.5 into ln 2.01 minus ln 0.1, right? Upper limit minus lower limit. Upper is 2.01, so instead of x we are putting 2.01, minus lower limit is 2.1, so instead of x we are putting 0.1. So this is log a minus log b type. So therefore you can write delta k will be equal to minus 0.5 into ln 2.01 divided by 0.1. Log a minus log b is log of a by b. So here we have log 2.01 minus log 0.1. So that is log 2.01 divided by 0.1. So this is equal to minus 0.5 log of 20.1. minus 0.5 log of 20.1. This is change in kinetic energy delta K. This is delta K, right? Now this is natural log and we want to convert it into log base 10. So how you can convert natural log into log base 10? You have to multiply by 2.303. So this is equal to minus 0.5 into 2.303 log of 20.1. 2.303 log of 20.1. Now how to find this log? How we can find this log? So for that you will require a calculator. So look, there is a method which I will write over here. To find log of any number, you have to write that number. Let us say x. We want to find log of x, right? So you have to type x in calculator, then press 13 times root. After writing that number, you have to press root 13 times, right? Whatever may be your answer, then what you have to do? Next step is minus 1. Whatever your answer is that, from that subtract 1. And then multiply by 3558. For any value, this is how you can find log. Suppose here we have 20.1. Then 13 times root I will press, right? Here we want to find log of 20.1. Log of 20.1. Here we have this formula. So instead of x, I have written 20.1. So 20.1. Now you have to press 13 times root. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should do with me, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So if you press root 13 times, your answer will be 1.00036636589, whatever it may be. Then after pressing 13 times root, you have to subtract 1. So what I will do? Minus 1. Then you have to multiply by 3558. So into 3558. Your answer will be 1.3035. This is equal to minus 0.5 into 2.303 into, answer of this will be 1.3035. What we have to do? Again we will repeat the same thing. You have to write the value for which you want to find log. We want to find log of 20.1. So let us write 20.1. Then you have to press root 13 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. After pressing root 13 times, whatever answer you will get, you have to minus 1 from that. So minus 1. Then after subtracting 1 from the answer, you have to multiply it by 3558. So your answer will be 1.3035. Right? So 1.3035 into 2.303 into 0.5 will give you 1.500. So let us write this is minus 1.5. This is delta K, right? But what is delta K? Actually delta K is final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. So this implies that K will be equal to K naught minus 1.5. K naught we are taking on the other side. Of course you could have done over here the same thing, so that this step will be less. But since we are doing first time this kind of example, that's why I am showing each and every step. Otherwise in our textbook they have solved this by doing 4 or 5 steps only, right? So I think that will make some confusion. So instead of that, we'll follow this only, right? So this is equal to half m v naught square minus 1.5. So this is half into m is 1 into v naught is 2. 2 square will be 4 minus 1.5. 2 2s are 4. So 2 minus 1.5 is 0.5 joule. So the final kinetic energy of the block will be 0.5 joule. Again, also we know that final kinetic energy is nothing but half mv square. So this implies that v square will be equal to 2k by m. So that is 2 into 0.5 by 1. 2 into 0.5 is 1. 1 divided by 1 will be 1. So v square is 1. This implies that v square is equal to 1, which implies that v will be equal to 1 meter per second. So the speed of the block at point Q will be 1 meter per second and the kinetic energy at point Q is 0.5 joule. Clear? I think you will require some practice. You can randomly solve this kind of sums by taking value of log, different values of log. You can find log 2, log 5, whatever you want to find, and check your answer, right? You have to remember this formula. Look, maybe in board exam you may not get log book for logs, right? Then calculators are allowed, so you should use calculators in that case. So for that case, you should know this formula. Okay, do one thing, pause this video and copy this. Now the next example which we are going to solve is from exercise 6.11 we have solved, 12 also we have solved, 6.13, exercise 6.13. The next example which we are going to discuss is from exercise, and it is equal to 6.13. Look, the last example which we have solved is the important one, because many new concepts you have come across, right? You have come across many such new concepts, so you have to prepare that well. A raindrop of radius 2 mm. Radius of raindrop is given, which is 2 mm. You can write 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. 2 millimeter, right? Is 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. Falls from a height of 500 meter. Height is given as 500 meter above the ground. It falls with decreasing acceleration due to the viscous resistance of air. So it is falling with an acceleration which is decreases with time until at half of its original height. Right? Till half of its original height, its acceleration will keep on decreasing. It attains a maximum terminal speed and moves with uniform speed thereafter. It is just the concept of terminal velocity which you have come across in chapter 10. A drop is falling down, so due to the air viscous force, its speed will keep on, so its acceleration will keep on decreasing, right? And at particular height, its speed will become constant. Let us say if this is the ground, and a drop is falling from here, such that this height is given as 500 meter. 500 meter. At the halfway midpoint, somewhere over here, so this will be 250 meter, and this is also 250 meter. So at this point, this is 250 meter. At this point, its speed will be constant. Right? At this point, its speed will be constant. What is the work done by the gravitational force on the drop in the first and the second half of its journey? We have to find the work done by the gravitational force. So for work done, we should know what is the mass of the drop. Look here, density is not given. Here density is not given, so you should know density of water. Density of water you might have come across in chapter 10, that is equal to 1 gram per centimeter cube or 1000 kg per meter cube. This is the density of water, 1000 or 10 raised to 3 kg per meter cube. Why we have calculated density, or why density is required here? Because now, as we know that density is mass over volume, so this implies that mass will be equal to density into volume. Mass is density into volume. So this implies that mass will be equal to density into what is volume of a drop. Drop is spherical drop, right? So 4 by 3 pi r cube. Drop will have a spherical shape, so volume will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. So this is equal to 10 to the power 3 into 4 by 3 into 3.14 into radius 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 whole cube. So let us simplify this. 4 divided by 3 into 3.14 into 2 2s are 4 2s are 8. 33.49, so you can write 33.5 into 10 to the power 3 3s are 9, right? So minus 9 plus 3 is 10 to the power minus 6, or you can write 3.35 into 10 to the power minus 5 kg. This is the mass of that drop. Now first thing is we want to find work done for half of its journey. So the first case is work done by gravitational force for half of its journey. Work done by the, let me check. Yeah, work done by the gravitational force for half of its journey. So obviously you should know what is work force into displacement. Here force will be mg, the gravitational force, because we want to find work done by the gravitational force. Gravitational force acting on any object is mg and distance is height h. So for half of the journey, so let us write this is h1. This is total height h, right? And this is height h1 and this is height h2, let us say. Right. So m here we got 3.35 into 10 to the power minus 5 into g. 9.8 into height is 250. So 3.35 into 9.8 into 250 will give you 8207.5 into 10 to the power minus 5. So shift 5 point on the left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is 0.082 Joule. The work done by the gravitational force for half of the journey is 0.082 Joule. And the work done by the gravitational force for complete journey will be, let me check, it is for complete journey. What is the work done by the gravitational force on the drop for the first half and the second half of the journey? For gravitational force for second half of journey will be, again W will be equal to mgh2, right? So that is equal to, again same thing only, 3.35 into 10 to the power minus 5 into 9.8 into 250, exactly same, right? So this will be equal to 0.082 Joule only, right? The work done by the gravitational force for the next half, second half of the journey will also be same. What is work done by the resistive force in the entire journey if the speed on reaching the ground is 10 meter per second? Let us say for case B, initial speed is 0 and final speed is 10 meter per second. Final speed is 10 meter per second. We want to find work done by the resistive force. As what we have done in example, I think 6.2, in the same way we can solve this, right? So we want to find work done by the entire journey, for the entire journey. The work done for complete journey will be, the work done for the complete journey will be, W will be equal to mgh, that is m is 3.35 into 10 to the power minus 5 into 9.8 into 500. So if you simplify this, 3.35 into 9.8 into 500 will be exactly double of this. So that is 16415. Actually, I made some mistake. 3.35 into 9.8 into 500 will give you 16415. Actually 16415. So if you shift 5 points, then this will be equal to 0.16415 Joule. According to work energy theorem, look, work energy theorem we have already discussed, and the same example we have solved, that is example 6.2. Change in kinetic energy is work done by the gravitational force plus work done by the resistive force. work done by the gravitational force plus work done by the resistive force. This is half mv square minus half mv naught square. What is delta K? Final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy, right? Initial kinetic energy will be 0 because this is 0, and final kinetic energy is half mv square will be equal to W plus WR. So this implies that WR will be equal to half mv square minus W. So half m is 3.35 into 10 to the power minus 5 into 10 square will be 100 minus 0.16415. 3.35 into 50. Let us do directly. 3.35 into 50 is 167.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 minus, if you want to write this into 10 to the power, actually here we forgot to write 10 to the power minus 5, right? 10 to the power minus 5. Here this is left, right? So if you want directly, you can write this as 16415 into 10 to the power minus 5. If you want to write this, it will also do. Let us solve in both ways. So minus 16415 will give you minus 16247.5. 16247.5 into 10 to the power minus 5. If you see 5.12345, this is 0. Minus 0.1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 0.16247 joule. This will be the work done by the resistive force, and the negative sign indicates that it is in the opposite direction. Force, resistive force and displacement are in opposite direction, right? If you want to do directly, what you can do from this step, you can solve this like or 167.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 minus 0.16415. So shift 5 points, 1, 2, 3. Then 0.001675, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? Minus 0.16415. So if you simplify this, this will be minus 0.16247 joule. Same answer will get. And here negative sign will indicates that the force and displacement both are in opposite direction. Drop is falling in downward direction and the resistive force acting on it is in upward direction. Clear? I think one more example we can solve. Some time is left, so let us discuss exercise 6.20. Exercise 6.20. A body of mass 0.5 kg, mass of the body is given as 0.5 kg, travels in a straight line with velocity v is equal to a x raised to 3 by 2, where a is 5 meter in root of meter second inverse. So you can say that a is equal to 5 m raised to minus half second raised to minus 1. Right. So therefore directly we can write v is equal to 5 x raised to 3 by 2. What is the work done by the net force during the displacement from x equal to 0 to x equal to 2? x1 is equal to 0 meter and x2 is equal to 2 meter. We want to find work done. What will be the work done by the net force? How we can solve this? Only velocity is given. So according to work energy theorem, you can say that work done equal to change in kinetic energy. Initial kinetic energy is 0 because if x is 0, kinetic energy will be 0, right? If x equal to 0, if I will put x equal to 0, let us solve this. You can solve this in 2 or 3 different ways, right? The same example can be solved in 2 or 3 different ways. We'll solve by using work energy theorem. You can solve in different way also. Let us say if I want to solve this like w is equal to integration f dx. So that will be equal to integration, what is f? Ma dx, mass into acceleration according to Newton's second law. So this will be integration of m. What is a? A is dv by dt. But change in position with respect to time is velocity. So this is integration of mv dv. What is integration of v? M is constant. Integration of v dv. You can write v raised to 1. So this is m. V raised to 2 by 2. So that will be equal to half mv square. Right, from 1 to 2. So V1 to V2 you can write, or V0 to V. So this will be from V0 to V. So half mv square minus half mv0 square, and that is equal to change in kinetic energy. This is how you can also solve. Right, this is one way of solving, but we'll directly solve. According to work energy theorem, work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Work done by the net force equal to change in kinetic energy. That is equal to K minus K naught. Here, for x is equal to 0, x1 equal to 0 or x0 equal to 0, V0 will be equal to A into 0 raised to 3 by 2, which will be equal to 0. And for x is equal to 2, V will be equal to A into 2 raised to 3 by 2. Actually, A is 5. Right? Let it be like this only. So this will be equal to half mv square minus half mv0 square. This is 0. Right? So this is equal to half mv square minus 0. So therefore W will be equal to half mv square. What we got here, exactly same thing here. Then this quantity will write over here. So therefore W will be equal to half of m is 0.5 into V is 5 into 2 raised to 3 by 2, 2 raised to 3 by 2 whole square. Right? So this is 1 by 2 into 0.5 into 5 square is 25. One more step I am writing, this is 2 raised to 3 by 2 whole raised to 2. So this 2 will get cancelled out. So this is 1 by 2 into 0.5 into 25 into 2 cube is 8. 2 2s are 4 2s, right? 2 4s are 8. 25 4s are 100. 25 4s are 100. 100 into 0.5 is 50. So work done will be 50 joule. Clear? Work done over here will be equal to 50 joule. I think time is almost over. So this is it for this video lecture. In next video lecture, we are going to discuss about potential energy. What is potential energy? The ability to do work due to its position in the field is known as potential energy. And then we are going to discuss about the conservative force and all that. So till then, as usual, keep on reading, keep on writing, and keep on preparing. Thank you.